Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast where we friends discuss about the global events in context to India. Today we have Nimish and after a long time, Sunil,
Chief guest Sunil.
chief guest Sunil, our
Thank you.
respected, honorable, dear colleague Sunil.
Uh,
So, guys, we have a full docket today. So, let's get into our topic. So, first topic is we are focusing on Ladakh, which is a crucial, critical, and strategic area for India. Uh, once a uh, once a peaceful region where the bicycles where the motorcycles took to enjoy the landscape. Now it's simmering in protest. So let's discuss some brief points about why the protests are taking place. Right. So the key demands are statehood for Ladakh. So after the 2019 abrogation of Article 370, the Jammu and Kashmir state as a union, state as a whole uh, has been converted to a union territory, right? So after that, the Jammu and Kashmir got statehood recently, but Ladakh has it's still union territory, right? So one of the demand is they want the statehood for Ladakh, and the second important demand is inclusion under sixth schedule of constitution. Sixth schedule is, if we can summarize in brief, it gives the power to create autonomous districts and regional council where they can implement laws, they can create laws like somewhat of a mini parliament sort of, right. And these are given to the scheduled tribal areas, predominantly tribal areas. So actually, Ladakh is 98% of tribal population, only 2% of rest other. So if we think from that lens, then their uh, demand are I think it's perfectly fine, right? And uh, as far as sixth schedule is concerned, there's also a job reservation for locals. So, mm, so that can also be a positive impact for Ladakhi people. And some other demands are separate Lok Sabha seats. They want additional seats. They I think now has one Lok Sabha seat, and they want two seats, so that the Leh and Kargil district can both have one Lok Sabha members. So these are the major and key points. Am I missing something else or
No, seems fair.
no?
We can maybe
Yeah,
discuss the protest violence and
yeah.
how that could have been averted. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think what's if we discuss about why are they protesting, right? So one of the concern is I think the statehood after the 2019 abrogation of 370,
Yeah.
the distance between the legislative, like the bureaucrats and the common people, has increased. So they are I think they are feeling that the whole machinery of the government is running from Delhi, right, from the
Yeah.
center, through bureaucrats. Not they are not able to elect their own government, and who can implement this law like any state has in India, right?
Yeah.
So one of the factors is that. Other is after the 2019 and the recent India-China skirmishes, there has been huge uh, update update or upgradation of critical infrastructure like roads, heavy roads, militarily which can be used by military, tunnels, tourism related I think tourism related effects, and I think solar. The government is pushing solar parks in that eco-sensitive region. So that also adds up to this for the reason of this protest,
Right.
right? Do you want to add any reasons? Can you think of any other else? Anything else?
No, I think the lack of statehood is really the
Hmm.
sparking is really the spark for this protest, and I think it's fair for the people there to
Hmm.
ask for statehood. It was a part of a state before, right? And
Hmm.
it's a very large region to be a union territory forever. So it has to be given statehood at some point. So it's fair that people are demanding that. Um, I was looking at the reasons for why the center is not willing to give the statehood to Ladakh. I think the main reason is the security concern because it's in a critical strategic location bordering China and both China and Pakistan. Um, so there are security concerns there, but that doesn't seem reasonable to me. Like, why can't we protect the state uh, as much as we protect the union territory? Like, why can't yeah,
Exactly.
what um, do we not have the machinery to protect a state, but we can protect a union territory? Like that's a very flawed machinery. Like if we can't
Exactly.
protect our own states, then
Hmm.
uh, yeah,
Is
that
Jammu and Kashmir a state? It's a state,
Yeah,
right?
right now.
Ah, yeah,
it's a
Yes.
state now. Yeah.
yeah.
So if Jammu and Kashmir is a state now, then Ladakh can be a state, right?
That
Jammu
can
and
be a state.
Kashmir is,
Yeah,
I think, even
exactly,
in a more strategic location than Ladakh, in fact.
exactly.
So that demand seems reasonable to me and very fair. The sixth schedule uh, inclusion that is maybe a bit debatable, but I think that is also fair because Nagaland and other northeastern states have that.
Yeah, but the
And it's
central government is saying that it's predominantly for the northeastern area. They are giving that reason.
but that is again not reasonable. No, why certain part of India should have some schedule of constitution, but not the other parts of India. So
I think
if
uh, I think it's constitutional mandate. I think in the sixth schedule, the tribal uh, in the beginning of the during the formation of the constitution, I think it was predominantly if you look at the constitution assembly debates and the logic, we can find that it was predominantly for the northeastern area, but we can manage that, right? It's not that hard to give
yeah,
six
I think if
schedule.
the same logic also applies to Ladakh, then it should also get the same benefits.
Hmm.
Like if
Hmm.
all like northeastern states are also strategically important. They are
Exactly.
near China and other borders and so on. So and they are also predominantly tribal. If all those qualifiers also apply to Ladakh, then maybe Ladakh should also get the same benefits. So there should be a debate to be had for this schedule. So it's debatable, and maybe center will have some valid points for not giving that benefit to Ladakh. But statehood, I don't think center has
Yeah.
any strong reason for not giving statehood to Ladakh. So
Exactly.
that yeah, I'm surprised that this is spiraling out of control and there is violence in protests and people are dying for it, and still uh, there is no good response from center for that.
Exactly. So Sunil, what do you think? Is the reason justified for the Ladakh protest, or is government right in the stance?
Actually, even I don't know why this central government is not providing the complete statehood to the Ladakh. Actually, it should be given because at the time of the abolition of 370, they have given the information that the Ladakh will get eventually they will get the statehood in the Jammu Kashmir. The Jammu Kashmir has been given the statehood, and the Ladakh has not. Even I don't find any the concrete reason behind that they are not providing the statehood to them. Actually.
Yeah,
Exactly. So you think their demands are justified, right? I
Yeah,
think the statehood. I think the
it is.
statehood is justified, right? But we can debate on the sixth. I think,
strict schedule. Yeah.
yeah. I think the low hanging fruit is the statehood, which can be given to
Yeah.
Ladakh, so that the tempers can be cooled down and the logical or rational discussion can be held whether C6 schedule can be applied or not, right?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
government uh, let me be the devil's advocate and what the government is thinking is if we let's say approve that let's say if we agree to the Ladakh six schedule status, then everywhere in this country there will be another there will be some other protest that we also want six schedule, we also want six schedule. Chhattisgarh will say we also want six schedule. Some part of Rajasthan and Gujarat will say we also want six schedule. So it will open the Pandora's box, right? So I think government is beware of that, and they are thinking strategically. But still, the statehood is, I think, it's a given. It can be given. I think
Yeah.
so. No worries.
Yeah, and
Even
typically
we
this
can
kind of
see our, yeah, Nimish.
this kind of special benefits for certain regions typically is not a good idea. So I
Exactly.
agree that expanding that beyond northeastern states may not be a good idea, and it will, as you said, will open up Pandora's box. So yeah, that is definitely debatable. Um,
Exactly.
for statehood, um, I think the center does not want to get bullied into it. Center wants to do it at its own time and at its own
Exactly.
choosing.
Maybe.
It does
Yeah.
not want this kind of pressure from certain protesters to bully it into giving statehood. The center,
Mm.
that's why I think they're not bending over backwards to the demands of protesters, and they're even like detaining Sonam Wangchuk, and they're going
Yeah.
beyond uh, it should be doing. That they're trying to really suppress this protest somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's. Sukril, do you want to say something? You were
No,
saying
yeah,
something.
actually, I agree with all these things. But actually, what I am telling that the neighboring countries of India, they are actually we are facing the similar issue of the youth are getting protested. The everywhere the people are dying. The government properties has been damaged. In the India also we've seen the same thing. Like in Manipur, we have seen now the Ladakh region are getting violent. So the problem should be solved very fast, and the quick response should be given by the center, so that the other part of the country will not get the same type of or same or different type of violence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
center think that there's an influence from Nepal in this protest? I heard some minister saying that maybe Nepali government or there is no Nepali government now, no? I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, no,
there
The,
no,
is some influence.
there is.
Now
yeah.
See,
It's a
now the
the
new
inter,
intermediate government is there,
interim
Sushila.
government. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
they will try to
no,
support
they
influence this protest somehow. Like they are still too
Actually,
concerned, too preoccupied with their
it's
own
not
problems.
Nepal
influence
influencing. It's not Nepal influencing
inspired, I
Ladakh
think
product.
so.
Yeah,
In
it's actually
Inspired.
taking
Is
inspiration from Nepal product.
yeah, inspiration.
So let's click on this Suram Wangchuk and this whole protest getting like a violent turn. Uh, Earlier, the protests were mainly peaceful, right? They were, I think, fasting. They were many people are fasting fast unto death, right? And after that, some people died due to fasting, and the government didn't do anything didn't hurt. They never heard the protest. So that raises the temper, and I think what you're saying, the Sonam Wangchuk, he made a speech where he said that we have to take inspiration from Nepalese Gen Z protest, where the Gen Z have power and such kinds of influence, and so that the government saw as uh, inciting the violence, like something else. So that's why they have detained him, and some NSA act has been yeah, levied. But still, the I don't think it was there was any external influence. It's more of a natural natural reaction to what happened to their protesters. Like if I was protesting and some of my fellow protesters died, and the temper will raise, right? So the
But
government,
how did it reach that point? Why were there shootings and why did people get killed? So
yeah,
were people
no,
turning to
after,
violence that much or
yeah. After that, the people were died due to hunger, like due to passing to that. The people became angry. They attacked.
mm,
I think some party members attack was party office was
Congress party member.
yeah party office was destroyed, and then police opened fire, and yeah, that
mm,
escalated, and some protesters were died in that firing,
mm,
and yeah, that's the main reason. So
Actually, there was a reason. There was a reason. Like from a few of the Congress people has attacked the BJP Karyakarta house and
mm,
the party house. Actually, that's the reason behind. Because of all this thing, I think central government has given the free hand to the military and the police
mm,
for lathi charge and firing all that.
mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think these things escalate pretty quickly. So if police can't control the initial phase of violence escalation, it just gets out of hand. And then eventually it reaches some kind of shooting and people getting killed and so on. So it's unfortunate. And yeah, maybe the police is not well trained, well equipped to handle this kind of escalations. Yeah, but it's unfortunate. I think one of the persons who died, he fought in the Kargil war. So his
Yeah,
father came on television and he said that my like the enemies could not kill my son, but our own people killed him.
people did.
So it's unfortunate. It's sad to see our
It's
own
sad,
people getting
exactly.
killed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. So, guys, we have already, I think, discussed majority of points, right? Do you want to add anything?
No, maybe we can take the segue to POK protest from here. It's a similar topic.
Yeah,
Or do you want to?
yeah. No, we can take segue, but let's complete this topic. Let's summarize
Yeah,
this. So,
yeah.
after all the discussion, I can say that we are all agreeing to a statehood to Ladakh, but the sixth schedule demands
Yes.
is debatable, right? Is debatable, and I think the first step is to give statehood to Ladakh, and then we can
Yeah,
discuss all the modalities next, right?
yeah,
It can also lower the tempers, and people will think, yeah, they are getting something. They are not giving the stepmotherly treatment, right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's segue to the POK protest. Nimesh, do you want to open this?
There's nothing to summarize really. It's just that there is a similar protest going on in Pakistan occupied Kashmir as well. So there are people there are they have economic grievances and they feel that the Pakistani central government is not really giving them the benefits and giving them the education, the employment, the development that they deserve. And they, I think they want independence. They don't want to be under Pakistani control anymore. So a similar kind of protest is brewing there. Um, I think there is a party there, Jammu Kashmir, not Jammu Kashmir, but some, I think this,
JKJAAC, right? Nahin,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
yeah, something like that.
some party who is leading the this protest. And I heard their leaders saying that they want to merge into Jammu and Kashmir eventually. They
Jammu
want,
and Kashmir.
which was very surprising. I have never heard a POK leader saying that they want to again merge into Jammu and Kashmir. But I think, yeah, so that's a summary. There's a protest there against the Pakistani occupation and the treatment of POK citizens at the hands of Pakistani leadership. Uh,
Exactly. I think our MEA spokesperson also give some statement, right? That Pakistan has to be held accountable for this protest.
yeah,
I
uh,
think, yeah, I think that region is neglected by the Pakistan as they are covertly supporting the Azad Kashmir issue, right? They want Kashmir to be independent, but but they secretly have made that Azad Kashmir, that POK, as their own part. Like the governance structure is with Pakistan. So naturally, if they don't get infrastructure, some critical facilities, they will protest. I think it's high time that the people organically start to protest uh, with the protest to the Pakistani government that they are not getting the facilities that they are liable to receive, right? So it's similar to the our side of the protest, right? But this but they are, I think, protesting for more basic needs. We are protesting for,
Basic
I
needs,
think,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Our side is protesting for high needs like statehood, sixth schedule, and that kind of. They are
Yeah.
protesting for roads, electricity, water, etc. Right? So yeah,
Yeah. So we were talking about when we were discussing the Nepal protest, we were talking about protests spreading to other countries, and we were wondering why there was no protest in Pakistan
Yeah.
yet. And
yeah,
now we have protests both in India and Pakistan. So all the countries in
Nearby
South
India.
Asian subcontinent are facing some kind of protest, even India. Yeah.
yeah. But
Um,
the protest of Nepal and Bangladesh are, it's
yeah, the
high
scale
level,
is very
right? Yeah,
different.
scale.
Yeah.
Myanmar,
Yeah,
nearly
my
Myanmar also.
Myanmar as well. So
Myanmar,
yeah, the
yeah,
Myanmar, Sri Lanka,
Sri Lanka. Yeah.
everywhere. I
Myanmar
think
is
so.
I
It's
think, but it
Myanmar
uh,
is somewhat different. Yeah, there is a military rule there, but yeah,
yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
but the people, the quantity of people has been died is quite high actually in
yeah,
Myanmar.
that's been ongoing from quite a while now. So
quite
that
a while.
is
Yeah,
Myanmar is always uh, facing this issue.
Vulnerable,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Even I want to
So
add in for the PO. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Anyway,
no,
yeah, yeah.
go
Sunil,
on,
go
Sunil.
ahead, go ahead.
I have seen lots of video in the YouTube and other things. Like I read lots of the article for regarding the basic needs and the economic, structural, and the other transportation facilities are very bad actually in compared to the Jammu and Kashmir. And a few of the region is actually they can see by their naked eye from like the borders are very nearby to Jammu and Kashmir and the Azad Kashmir. So we can easily find out that the infrastructure is not good in the Azad Kashmir. Because of that, also there is a big reason of protest. I think so.
What does this uh, are there any implications on the cross-border terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir? Like a lot of terrorist groups are based in POK, and
Yeah,
militants try to infiltrate from there. But now, if POK itself is not under Pakistani control, like if there are people who don't like Pakistani or military control there, will they cooperate with Pakistani military for all these terrorism activities, or will that decline because of this unrest there? Or maybe this unrest is it's temporary. Maybe within a few weeks, people will forget, and then the normal will continue. And
I also think so because I think somewhat of an organic protest, right? Not
yeah,
strategic or some external factors. It's an organic protest, and I think the Pakistani government has agreed. I think agreed to some of the demands.
hmm,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
but
it's good to see um, their political party, like if there is a political entity there who is involved in this kind of protest. If it's purely organic, like the Gen Z protest in Nepal, then there is no long-term impact of these kind of protests. But if there's a
mm,
political entity who's
yeah,
involved in this mobilization, then their continuity stays, and they will eventually make
mm,
sure that whatever demands they're raising
okay,
are getting fulfilled. So
yeah,
it's good to see it's not completely organic, and there is a political party involved as well.
maybe, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So
Anything else to
guys,
discuss?
no, I think we can
Yeah,
close, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So going to our second topic. So Sunil's favorite uncle, President Donald Trump, is here. President Donald Trump's 220-point
I
Gaza
think
plan.
that's why Sunil joined. He saw
Yeah,
Trump is getting
The
discussed and
so
topic
he could
is
not
there in
resist
Trump is getting his
resist
career.
joining. Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so Donald Trump has proposed a new 20-point Gaza plan, which if we can discuss the majority of the major points, it's like immediate ceasefire in Gaza, releasing of all Israeli hostages within 72 hours, and exchange of 250 Palestinian prisoners, and I think 1,700 Gazans who are detained by Israelis, which will also be released, and not immediate but gradual withdrawal of Israeli force. Right, that's something we can keep in the back of the mind, and complete disarmament and demilitarization of Hamas, elimination of all the tunnels and their infrastructure, and complete annihilation. Like Hamas will be barred from any political and future governance structure completely. So amnesty for they will also give amnesty for Hamas fighter who will laid out their weapon, and if they want to go to any Arab country, they can also be facilitated. Uh, and I think some deployment of international stabilization force, which can monitor the peaceful plan. We can monitor the peace plan, uh, and I think no annexation of Gazan territory, right? Israel will not take any territory which has been gained by this war, and some I think transparent aid and complete restoration will be provided to the cities will be rebuilt in a smart and technologically sound way, and that kind of plan. So this is the main broad plan. So, guys, what do you think? I think,
Also the I think you mentioned uh, the force there, force to ensure transition to peace, but also there
yeah,
is supposed to be a government, a Palestinian
yeah,
government,
yeah,
and then a, a committee or
technocratic,
a body,
technocratic government, right? Like board of peace,
yeah,
है ना? Right?
yeah, board of peace
Yeah,
overlooking the Palestinian government that will
government.
emerge. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Which will not, they will not get any governance or political sovereignty right now, right? They will get stage after all this. If there is nothing radicalization happening, then they will get their own political leaders and not technocratic like political leaders. So that's the Trump's 20-point plan. So what do you guys think, guys?
I think we discussed this already the last episode that something like this should happen, and I think it's good. It's a welcome sign that Trump has proposed a plan which looks doable, which looks acceptable to both the parties. Israel has already supported it in some forms, and Israel is ready with is agreeing to all these 20 points, and all the Arab leaders and other countries have also welcomed this plan. There were some statements released by Saudi Arabia and the coalition, and they released some statement, but in principle they agree with this plan.
Yeah,
Hamas is studying this plan. I think Hamas has suggested some changes to it, but it
yeah.
also looks on board, like with some
But
minor changes.
but I think some points which the Hamas will not agree with is a complete uh, like they will not be allowed to participate in any governance structure. That
Yeah,
and
they don't agree
like
with that.
they don't agree with that, and complete disarmament and demolition of all the tunnels. They are not agreeing with that also.
Yeah,
But
so I think
I think
they're trying to negotiate. Yeah,
yeah, negotiate. Yeah, the majority point is I think the hostage situation is I think they have more or less agreed, right? If
they have
alive
agreed
or
to
dead,
that. Yeah,
they are they agree to
yeah.
release the hostage.
So maybe we can discuss the Hamas acceptance later, but we can discuss these points and maybe we can share our thoughts.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
Yeah. I
So I
think,
think, yeah,
yeah, no, go on.
I think the releasing of hostages is the first major step for the peaceful for the stoppage of the war, right?
Yeah.
The main reason Israel is fighting this war till now is for the hostages, right? If Hamas agree to release the hostage, then I think the stalemate can occur. Like the further destruction of Gaza will be stopped. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good step. And
Yeah.
if you
Once
want
that happens,
yeah,
yeah.
once that happens, but if we want lasting peace, then I think that Hamas has to step down, right?
Actually, Hamas had accepted they will release the hostages.
Yeah,
I have
hostages are
read.
accepted. Yeah. Hostages, so they are accepting, yeah, but that condition that they will not be allowed in any political structure, that they are not
But
agreeing with.
they can change the name of Hamas, na. In coming
What?
future, like the people will remain same only. They will just make the new organization, just call it not Hamas, but can be a Jam Jam. Any party they can make. The people will be
Yeah.
there only. Why they are asking that
No,
the
but
name should be
no,
remain Hamas only?
yeah, no, not the name, but the Hamas member, like the Israeli and US Air Force. No, who are the Hamas members? The
No, but
key Israeli members,
but
right?
But
Like,
they are
but
okay with
again,
giving
like
amnesty to these
Pakistan,
people. I think if these leaders agree to not participate in violence or not incite violence, Israel is okay to giving them an amnesty to return to Palestine, to
yeah.
Gaza.
Hmm.
So they can return. All the leaders, if they want, they can pretend that they won't get
good
into all
people,
these
they are
activities, and
changed.
they
Hmm.
can again start regrouping in Gaza. But I think Israel will definitely keep a really close watch of what's going on. And if something like Hamas again, some different entity pops up, which is looking similar to Hamas, Israel will just withdraw from this plan, and it will continue what it was doing before, and it will again engage in the war, I guess. Um,
Maybe.
yeah.
I
So I
even
think
actually,
but before going there, I think the
yes,
hostage situation that we can discuss and we can uh, yeah, discuss a bit more about
Yeah.
that. So the hostage exchange, yeah, I agree that once that happens, Israel won't have a strong reason for continuing the war. Like once that happens, they won't have any moral reason to justify the war even within their own country, let alone in the international community. But also, Hamas has the only leverage. This is the only leverage they have. So once they release the hostages, they won't have any leverage anymore. They're
Hmm.
anyway they can't really fight a direct war with Israel, so they don't have any military leverage. They only have this single leverage, and they will lose all of that. So I think that's what Hamas is also concerned about. So Hamas agreed that they are okay to release the hostages, but they're concerned about the gradual retreat of Israeli troops. So what
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hamas fears is that if they release all the hostages, they'll lose all the leverage. And then Israel can come up with some excuse of backing away from this deal and then roll over the entire Gaza, and they can then do whatever they want. Uh, so yeah, but I think this is a good step. Once that happens, I think Israel won't have a they won't have any reason to roll over Gaza, and they can't justify continuing the war after that. Yeah, so good step indeed. Uh, we can
What
discuss
about
other points as well.
what about the complete exclusion of political Hamas? Complete exclusion of Hamas. Do you think Hamas will agree? And if Hamas agrees also, and if as per Sunil's point they regroup in some other name, some other form, then Israel will say okay, they are not agreeing to the terms and conditions, so they'll attack on once again, right?
That's what Netanyahu also said in that press conference, right? Like if Hamas agrees, but then we'll do everything to undermine this peace deal, then we will finish the job. We will go ahead and finish the job ourselves. So I think Israel is aware of that risk, and they will be concerned about that, and they will make sure that whenever that happens, Israel can again re-engage in the war and then back away from the deal. Um, but I agree with Sunil's point that it's very easy. It's the same people, right? So the leadership that is there in Gaza today, that is called Hamas. The leadership will not go away overnight. Like that, um, their agenda and their beliefs and their goals will still stay alive. So it's not easy to just forget all that overnight uh, and
Exactly. Yeah.
develop a new leadership overnight from nowhere. So who will be the Palestinian leadership? So I think one of the uh, points in this plan is that some people from West Bank will try and oversee some of the interim government and some of the governance under the oversight of the that committee, the Board of
Yeah.
Peace,
Board
whatever
of,
the board
I
is.
think I think there will not be any government per se. There will be a
No, there will
technocratic.
be.
There will be a
No,
technocratic bureaucratic structure.
I think, but there will be Palestinian people involved
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
petition people
leadership.
will well, but they will not get they will not get right to vote and stuff from the day one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But who will be the Palestinian leadership? If not
yeah,
Hamas,
that yeah,
then who will be that leadership, right? So if that kind of leadership exists today in Gaza, good. But if that's not the case, but I think that this idea of bringing people from West Bank, that's a good idea because West Bank has some form of leadership there. There are Palestinian leaders there who are not as radical as Hamas, maybe. So bringing those people will be acceptable to Gazan citizens as well, and that could be an intermediate interim form of government which is acceptable to all parties. That could be a
right.
solution. But the radical Hamas folks sitting in Qatar, I don't think they will form good leaders for this interim government. So yeah,
Exactly.
so it's I am worried about Gaza turning into another Afghanistan, right? Some foreign power thinks that they can change the country and make it liberal and democratic overnight, and everything will be hunky-dory after that. But after 20 years in Afghanistan, that didn't happen. So
No peace till now.
yeah, and eventually things fell under the Taliban control. So that can also happen here. Uh, the only
Even
difference
I
is that
think
yeah, you
Even
go
I
on, Sunil.
think the war is between the Gaza people and the Hamas and the Israel. The kind of damage they have already done in the both the countries, like both the region, it's very huge, and it will remain for at least 50 years or 60 in the people's mind actually. And again, not the current generation, but the new generation, like the people, the new people who are in like they are in the teenage, they will again will get the revenge back. It will remain actually, I think so for more than
Yeah,
50
they'll
years.
yeah, it will be in the psyche, right? And the cycle continues.
Yes,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
hard to forget the psychological impact of these kind of destruction, no? Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
huge destructive war for Gaza, and it's not. Yeah, I think it's not easy to just forget all that and change into a peaceful country overnight. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And that
and
too,
again
that
the
too,
few other people.
and that too in a hyper connected world, right? Where all the news travels at the speed of the light. So
yeah,
And again, the other peoples are going to rule in the country. Like the Palestinians will not get the rule. Actually, they will not get the real power. The other
yeah,
people will
exactly.
have the power
Yeah,
on their region. It will be again the new Afghanistan. It will remain. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree to this actually.
yeah. Yeah, if there is this board of peace chaired by Donald Trump, and there is Tony Blair and this and that. Like, why would local people accept that, right? So it will
Yes,
be very easy to radicalize local people against these kind of foreign board of peace and whatever. So I don't see a plan for a stable governance structure in Gaza yet in this plan. There is some vague idea of how this will work, but they don't have a concrete idea of how they will turn Gaza into a peaceful territory. Yeah.
but
I
yes,
think there is one
they
more.
can stop. Yeah, please.
I think there is a point about bringing in industry or something. I think Donald Trump wants to create some employment and some economic revival of Gaza somehow.
Yeah,
Maybe that can
economic.
work.
Yeah, economic. I think export zone. I think
Yeah.
like we have, and he said that the tariff there will be no tariff
Hmm.
for the Gaza. I think special economic zone like that. Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it's
Maybe that will help, and that
But
can really
who is
bring
going
some peace.
who is going to invest in the Gaza actually? Because this is very unstable state and country. I don't think so. The people is going to
Maybe
invest actually.
Arab countries like the US will ask other Arab countries to invest.
yeah,
Saudi has
and
a
there will
good
be
money.
there will be grants, right? There will be grants too, not
Yeah.
investment as a for the investment and the return per se. There will be grants by the US and other Western
Yeah.
other Arab allied countries.
Yeah.
But still, it's what they're getting at is they are I think showing a rosy picture. I think they what they're showing a rosy picture of is I think 5 to 10 years down the line, right?
Hmm.
It will not have any immediate impact. Whatever the reconstruction, it will take time, right? So I think
Yeah, not
immediate.
maybe not 5, 10 years, but at least a year or two to yeah
I don't think so. A
bring
year
back
or
it.
two, we have to we will
It will
recreate,
take
redevelop
five
the
years
whole
actually,
Gaza
minimum
Strip.
five
Actually,
years.
yeah, exactly.
But at least to bring it
Because
back to the pre-war status, like
the whole Gaza Strip is, I think, demolished, destroyed. I
yeah,
think the destruction is, I think, it's too much.
yeah,
Al
yeah,
Jazeera has already announced that the previous Gaza, the war before the Gaza, if now if we start building the Gaza, it will take near about 7 years.
mm,
Can
yeah,
you send how much billions of dollars?
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Exactly.
sad. Yeah.
Pretty sad.
it's very sad actually.
There is one
So
difference
Nimish,
compared to
yeah,
Afghanistan, though. Like Afghanistan is a big country, and there was no US was sitting somewhere else, and it was trying to control Afghanistan. So there was no neighbor who was involved. Pakistan was involved in some form, but other than that, there was no neighbor keeping a watch on Afghanistan, Afghanistan's progress and its radicalization over that 20 period phase. So Taliban could easily regroup and re-emerge despite a US presence in Afghanistan. But Gaza is a very small geographical space. Israel is there. Israel has the interest to keep Gaza peaceful. So if there is any radicalization happening, Israel will know. And if Hamas is again becoming active, Israel will know. So it's easy to monitor Gaza. It's not as easy to monitor Afghanistan.
mm,
So maybe it's possible that Gaza can get rid of Hamas and a political party will emerge and they will get into a peaceful state with all these checks and balances in place. But still, it sounds very difficult to me.
yeah, it's very difficult, and the people of Gaza will remember what Israel did
Yeah,
to them, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So it will be very hard. I think so.
They will always see Israel as an enemy. They will never
Enemy.
see Israel as a friend, or
Exactly.
that animosity is going to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Nimish, do you want to discuss any more topics, any more points? Points.
Mm. Yeah, I think we have our doubts about this plan, but I think this is the only hope Gazans have, right? Like there
Yeah.
is no, the alternative is Israel continuing the destruction and continuing the war, and there has to be a point where the exchange of hostages happen, and there is some viable path towards peace, and this is the most viable path than people can imagine. Like this is, I don't think we can have a better deal than this at this point that everybody will agree
True.
with and um, yeah. Uh, so it looks like the closest we have reached to at least the stopping of war. this war. If not
Yeah, exactly.
long-lasting peace, but at least to ceasefire and
Ceasefire. Yeah,
to
exactly.
the end of this war. So it's a welcome step, I would say.
Exactly. Where it comes to, because this is the only option they have, right? They don't have
Yeah,
any other option. And I think
yeah,
Israel or the Benjamin Netanyahu also apologized to the Qatar's Emir,
yeah,
right? She said
Yes.
for attacking on the soil. So
yeah. It was quite good to see. Like,
good to see.
yeah, I think Trump's way of dealing with geopolitics it works sometimes, right? Like, here's this bullying approach that he bullies countries into doing something. Like, if he manages to bring some peace to this region, and even if it's a short-term peace, I think we should give credit to Trump that he did something for this war. I think
He
Joe
deserves
Biden
a Nobel
tried.
Prize.
Yeah, so I think Nobel Prize is Nobel Prize
I think if he brings,
committees.
yeah, no, they should start polishing his Nobel Peace Prize. Huh? But if he manages to bring long-lasting peace to this region, I think he
Yeah,
deserves a
exactly.
Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
deserves that.
long-lasting peace, then definitely. But
Yeah,
yeah, let's see what happens. Still a long way to go.
yeah,
Miles
long way
to
to go.
go. Miles to go before I sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys, do you want to add anything on this topic, or shall we close this topic?
No, I think that's all
Nimish,
from my
That's it.
side.
do you want to summarize this uh, Gaza plan?
Um, yeah, I think the summary is that Trump has proposed uh, a fairly comprehensive plan, which is acceptable to both Israel and at least the Arab world. Hamas is studying this plan, and I think they have agreed to some points, but they have not agreed to others, and they have suggested some changes. I think the main changes is that they are not okay with complete disarmament of Hamas and complete
Hmm.
exclusion of Hamas from the governance in Gaza. And the other point that they are not okay with is the gradual retreat of Israeli military. They want
Exactly.
uh, instant uh,
Understand. Yeah.
instant retreat of Israel. So I think these two things they're still negotiating. But I think they don't have any other option. Like there is no other
Exactly.
alternative to this plan to stop Israel. They don't have any leverage except for hostages. They don't have any leverage right now. So
Exactly.
they are under immense pressure to accept this plan. So I think they will eventually accept this plan. Um, some things in these plan are maybe not that well thought out yet, like the long-lasting governance of Gaza, how that will come about, what will be the political leadership there, how this board of peace will oversee everything, and how Israel will make sure that Hamas is not becoming active again. So all these things are not planned yet. So we have to see what the long-term impact of this plan will be. But at least in the short term, if it manages to reach ceasefire, that's a good that's a good first step, we think.
Good. Quite a long summary, but okay.
Yeah. Sunil is here, so
So
we have to follow Sunil's
No, no.
approach of summarizing things, no?
just kidding, just kidding. So let's get into our last topic, which is our very own homegrown brand Zoho. Has earlier launched I think Arratai app, which came into limelight after some government after some I think minister tweeted about it, and I think the downloads went vertical, not exponential, vertical, and I think it's topping the charts right now in India, and I have downloaded it, and many other
Lucky.
and I think
Yeah.
many other friends are I have shared to many other friends, including the podcast guys, but they have not installed the same.
We're waiting for
Yes,
your feedback, waiting for a
it's good.
review.
I think. Yeah, it's good. Vocal for local.
Nice, nice. Uh,
So
so what do you like? What do you like in this app? Like, have you used it yet? And is there anything different from WhatsApp?
it's quite similar to WhatsApp, and you can also schedule the meeting. You can also do, I think, schedule and video call also. But still, but it's still in its initial phase, right? If enough people don't join the Arratai, and it will not there will not be a network effects, right? So right now, if I want to chat with somebody, if they are not in Arratai, then what can I do, right? So that network effect will come at some stage, and then we can then the I think some what do you say, the effects and cause and effects will come into picture, right? Then we can truly discover how the app is working. Right now it's okay. I think the UI UX is good, and features are also good. But still, yeah, the main point is network effects
But I
that will
think
come into
for
picture.
that
Actually,
kind of
I have
go on, sir.
read somewhere about the Zoho. They have one pocket feature is there in
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Pocket feature is
so
there. Yeah,
the feature is something better in what actually they have better than WhatsApp actually.
yeah, yeah. WhatsApp I
Like
think don't have any pocket
what's the
feature.
yeah they
Hmm.
don't have actually. So it's very good actually. You do you know
What is
what
that?
this name is,
What
Nikhil?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going to tell.
I think it's somewhat what you
Drive
have read
sort.
something. Yeah, you have read something and you want to save it in your pocket, like save it for reading at a later stage, or watching a video at a later stage. You can share it in your pocket. So that kind of feature.
Hmm.
So few
Some kind
people,
of
what few
storage, I
people
guess.
does, yeah, few people what does like if I do have different number like WhatsApp business and I'm using WhatsApp also regular. So if I want to save some document, I usually what I do I just WhatsApp to my official number. So what will it happen? It like it will be saved in both application, and in this way I just usually share store the data in WhatsApp. But
Hmm.
the Zoho has some different feature which is called as in Pocket. We can share over there, and you can download from anywhere. Like
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, it's
I
good
think one of
feature
the other
actually.
big differentiator is that it supports 5 devices at the same time. Unlike WhatsApp, which only supports one device, you can't have the same WhatsApp installed in 5 devices or something like that, right?
yeah. I didn't know that.
No, no. Actually, WhatsApp has actually 3 to 5 device we can at a time we can run actually
Oh, really? On WhatsApp? But whenever I changed my
on WhatsApp
phones,
web, on WhatsApp web, not on the
No,
mobile.
WhatsApp web,
WhatsApp web is different. Yeah, we can use WhatsApp
WhatsApp
web.
web, WhatsApp web you can use from anywhere. No, that's a browser
Yeah,
thing. But this is like proper inbuilt app that you can. Because whenever I changed phones and on like I
Huh.
had to
Uh, that only one
uninstall the
phone can
WhatsApp.
support. Yes,
Yeah,
true,
only
true, true.
one
That's correct.
because they even check that the SIM card is there in that phone and they make sure
exactly. Yeah.
it's you need all that.
This ends you.
But in this new app, you can support 5 devices without. So it's uh, I think we Zoho needs this kind of differentiators for adoption. You can't just
Mm.
make the
Yes.
exact same app and expect people to join. There will be some initial excitement for the Make in India and like the national local app, but eventually people need some compelling reason to switch.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these kind of
Eventually,
like
it will
five
be.
devices,
But
yeah.
is the Pi device thing a security concern? Like, I think it's a security concern for me. If I
For
have
five.
some, yeah, if I have some app, and if let's say the phone is stolen, and if the app works in that phone also, then it's critical, right? It's not good.
There will be some security feature involved where, yeah, if somebody else can also install WhatsApp in their phone
Yeah,
with your number, then it's a security
yeah,
concern for sure.
security concern. Yeah.
Um, if you're talking about security, I'm also concerned about the lack of end-to-end encryption in this app. So WhatsApp has end-to-end encryption
Yeah.
for all the messages. This app does not have that. That's also a security concern, right? And
Yeah, but I think that Sridhar Vembu has confirmed that it will the end-to-end encryption will come by October end.
Oh, okay. So they have that in the
Yeah,
roadmap.
actually,
That's nice.
actually, what happened is they launched the app I think 2 3 months back, but
Hmm.
after this minister's tweet, then it went viral. So the Sridhar Bamboo has said that they were planning to launch this app on October and November after completing all the what you're saying end-to-end encryption and other security. But as the download skyrocketed, they are I think they are hurrying up all this data, all this security features and all. But
Hmm.
still, the main thing which can make this app a success is network effects. Nothing
Hmm.
else. Yeah, you
Yeah, but for
what
that,
you have said
but
is
for that you need features and a compelling reason for users to switch, right?
hmm,
I
hmm,
think if they try to turn this app into WeChat like app,
hmm.
like have
Exactly,
too
exactly,
many
exactly.
different features like finance integrated. WhatsApp is trying that, but not to the same extent that WeChat has all the
Hmm,
integration and
hmm,
everything. If
hmm.
Arratai eventually becomes that kind of a super app, then people will organically switch to
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think I'll keep this point in the back of the mind, and let's discuss this Indian made app, right? What till now we were mostly services based economy, like not product based economy, like Apple is, Google is, OpenAI is,
Mm.
right? So with this, like Zoho is already a product based company, but with this Arratai app, it's now mainstream, man.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a do you think this shift from to make local apps, is it good, and does it connect to our earlier discussion that vocal for local, like India needs its own social media, this WhatsApp, I'm regularly saying that India needs its own social media, own data, sovereignty like thing. So does it connect all this? What do you think? Is it? It's a welcome step, right?
Yeah, definitely is a good step, and it's good to see Indian companies trying to compete with these giants at their own game. Uh, I just want Zoho to really compete with WhatsApp at the product level. Like really create a product which is irresistible,
Mm.
and people would want to switch to that product organically, naturally. It's good that they are already adding all these features that are not there in WhatsApp. So they have this kind of approach where they're not just creating a replica of WhatsApp. They are creating a better app than WhatsApp. So it's good to see Zoho taking that lead and creating an alternative which is compelling enough for people to switch. And I think this is bound to happen. So I just don't agree with your suggestion that we should ban other things for encouraging or for encouraging local apps. What Zoho is doing is the right way. They just create a better product, and people will switch to you.
Yeah,
So
let me counter to that. Right now at this level, the Zoho is competing with WhatsApp, right? The WhatsApp is already a incumbent. It is already has money, power, all the meta heavy weight is behind the WhatsApp, right? And Zoho is an I think not up to that scale, right? So what I'm saying is the field is not level, like WhatsApp is at the top and Zoho is still here. So if we want level playing field, we have to I think make some things which will help or which will help in like data localization law. I'm not saying ban it completely, but make whatever the WhatsApp data, store it locally, process it locally. That it can do, right? Then it will be more of a level playing field, right?
Even we can restrict some features in WhatsApp also. Even I fully agree with the Nikhil, because the level is not safe for what's the platform. So I think so. The government should ban few of the feature in WhatsApp, like WhatsApp calling can be banned or video sharing can be banned, so that people can switch to the Zoho and Zoho will get traffic in their platform, and eventually they can grow more and good way
I think the Saudi I think UAE government does it right. You can't video call
yeah
or call in
on
UAE.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
WhatsApp on any other app. They have their own app, boating or something like that, right?
Yeah.
yes. So we can do something like
Yeah,
that
we can.
actually.
Yeah, that's possible. I think one step that government has taken, not for this app, but government has made Zoho Office Suite
Yeah,
the
Office Suite.
default, the only.
Official app,
Yeah,
government
that's
use.
the only thing allowed on for government work. Like you can't use Microsoft Office. So I think they can start there for government work and official work,
Exactly,
promote
exactly, exactly.
local apps, and that will at least create a customer base for these companies from which they can slowly expand and grow and uh, get the expertise to handle these systems. I think there is another point though. The bigger the company is, so WhatsApp is pretty big, and they're a giant, established giant, backed by Meta. It's hard to compete against them, but the bigger the company is, the more inertia it has, and it's hard for them to add features and iterate and roll out features for billions of users overnight and so on. So for a smaller app, it's easy to experiment. It's easy to be more bold in their roadmaps and add more features and so on. So there are benefits of uh, being an incumbent, but there are downsides to it. And there are benefits to be a challenger, a startup, a smaller company. Zoho is not a startup anymore, but still a smaller company who can move more quickly.
But Nimish, suppose the Zoho, the Arratai app, right? It's not disrupting or disrupting anything, right? It's making uh, an app that we can communicate. I think there's no disruption here. We can add somewhat innovative features and all, but in that space, I don't think the incumbent has an disadvantage, right? Incumbent has a disadvantage when the new player the changes the whole game, like what OpenAI is doing to Google, right? Earlier, like till now, we are googling, right? And OpenAI has changed the paradigm, like we are chatting with an AI machine. So I think that kind of paradigm shifting changes is a disadvantage to the incumbent, but here the product is same. There's no paradigm shift here. Like if you say that we can create a super app like WeChat, that is a paradigm shift. That I can agree. But
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
It's
think
that much
disruption
of an advantage. Yeah,
is a harder task than just replacing the incumbent, and disruption requires genuine innovation. But I think in this space, yeah, WeChat has shown the path. WeChat has shown that there is so much
hmm,
to do and there are so many possibilities here. So
exactly. But but
Arratai
but
does not
but
have to invent new disruptions. They just have to copy it from WeChat in the first phase. And if they manage to do that, they will disrupt naturally.
but le- let but let me let what my thought process is. WeChat is at that level. WeChat is WeChat because Chinese government gave its explicitly supported the app, right? They they banned all the other social media app. So it's this innovation versus that debate, right? So China has succeeded in innovation. So is China an outlier or is China the path? It's no one can say, right? If we follow the same approach of China, it's possible that we may not build any app, we may not build any homegrown app, right? But this what I can think of a term is tweak the innovation, like not banning, but I think somewhat of a handicap to the
Limited, restricted.
yeah,
Yeah.
restricted, like the Sun said, and like the data localization law, somewhat of an disadvantage to the incumbent, so that our plan can at least have a level playing field.
Even
Yeah.
we can restrict the video callings also, so that
Sunil,
people
yeah, uh,
usage.
about this video calling thing, if we ban like these features, then I think the income like our own player will not try to innovate.
The chatting thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
they can copy like suppose if the world doesn't have a video call feature, right? And if the US ban, like if suppose WhatsApp has only WhatsApp as video call feature, and if US UAE banned WhatsApp, then it can make its own like copy that same feature, but it will not innovate like something other like any other feature. What
no,
saying? Are you getting
actually,
it?
no. No, I am getting you, but actually, I am totally against of all these things because I have seen the things in the China. I'm just sharing my experience. We
Yeah,
do
yeah,
have
that's what I said. Yeah,
Google
yeah,
Map.
yeah. That's what I said. But
Do,
if we follow
do you
the
know?
follow the Chinese, yeah, yeah, I know. They show
No,
the
no, but I
signal
don't know.
timing and all.
But
Yeah, signal of real timing,
Yeah,
signal
yeah, yeah.
timing, the
Sunil,
everything.
let's yeah,
yeah,
Sunil,
just share
let's
your experience about your
share your
Chinese
experience.
visit. Maybe we'll learn something from that.
Actually, I have seen lots of the people like they are using 2 to 3 mobiles
Where do you
for
visit in China? Which place do you
Guangzhou,
visit?
Guangzhou, Hong Kong, Foshan. So I visited
Guangzhou,
three
Hong Kong, and Fushan.
Guangzhou, Foshan, yeah. So Foshan is there. Foshan is completely industrial area. Guangzhou is like, so you can say some commercial area. The headquarters of the industrial area is in Guangzhou, and
Guangzhou, I
the
think the Hong Kong is connected to Guangzhou, right?
no exactly not that much connected, but almost like 100 kilometers far from the Hong Kong.
That's
But
pretty
Hong Kong,
close.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's yeah. So I have seen the peoples are using. They have the own applications. They have everything own. Okay, so they don't believe in Google and everything. And I will say I am a user of the Google, and they are using their own app, which has been built in their own country. It's
Exactly.
far better than Google. It's far better than Google because I have seen the peoples are using the maps. They have their own map. Baidu is there, and one other party is there. So it's real. They are showing the real time signal timing. Like if there is 30 second, then signal showing 30 second. Even they are directing to go this side because this side you can reach there is a blue line, green line, all these different type of lines are there, and even they are showing the current timing. Like after 30 minutes, this road is going to be blocked,
Yeah,
and after 20
exactly.
seconds is going is towards the blue. So it's very even the divider is there, the lining in the line they're showing now, the line is there. I totally amazed about the things that they have drawn the line exactly same as the current one.
Sunil, welcome to the club of China amusement.
Now we
Actually,
know why Nikhil keeps on
Yeah,
talking about China in every episode. Yeah.
I usually give the credit to the Chinese people because they are doing far better job in the machinery because they have a very unique thinking of getting work done in the proper timeline. They don't think in a wrong direction. Usually in India, if you say something, ki, bro, please change this location of the machine because this location is not good for the finished good. If you say these same sentence to the Chinese people, they will take in the positive way. Immediately, they will take in the positive way. They will ask why you want to change this location. If you are good in explanation to them, then they will get immediately agree. Okay, we can do it.
I think it's very easy to get things done in China. Like if they promise something that this product will be ready by this
exactly.
time or whatever, it will be
The
ready.
only
You can't count on Indian promises, and yeah, so it's hard to get
Sunil,
things done in India. Yeah.
yeah, we'll keep your Chinese experience at the end of our podcast. So let's I think
will
discuss
make
our
in Hindi.
The main
yeah,
topic, yeah.
let's discuss our current topic. And what you are saying is the Chinese have their own ecosystem, own app. Agreed, completely agreed. But what I am saying is, if we follow the Chinese path, I don't think it's a necessary. It's 100% like probability that we will make we'll make our own app. It
True.
will happen that there will not be any innovation, right? So what I'm thinking right now is China an outlier in this, or is China is the norm? If we follow the Chinese path, will we become like China, or we will become like a Russian state, or like a failed Russian state, like communist state?
Uh,
I don't think so. I don't know what will
I
happen.
think we have to reach the Chinese level of development to take Chinese level of steps. Like if I think Chinese has ingrown in-house competition and everything. Like there is not just one app. Sometimes there are like different apps also competing within China for dominance. So it's such a big place, such a big
Yeah,
population.
but
So innovation
uh,
happens because of in-house competition, ingrown
but but
the
but at the starting at the start of their let's say the start of the journey, they have banned the apps, right? They have banned the Western apps,
yeah,
right? So what I'm
ex
saying is like we are at what China was in 20 years
actually,
back,
I
right?
got your question, Nikhil. I believe it's my own calculation. If we follow the path of China, we will not succeed. We will not get that much of
Yeah,
success that Chinese
I
people
do
have
think
gained
so. I
actually.
do. Yeah,
why
I also
not?
think so.
Why not?
We are very much ethically different in China and India. We are more conscious in the religion and other thing, and even uh, it's very
I
difficult
have
to.
can I yeah I have some theory
Yeah.
about it. Uh, actually, in China, in Chinese people don't have political authority or political power, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Indians very early got political power. All the after independence, there was universal adult suffrage, right? Every person above 18 can vote. But in China there was communism, right? Only one party state. So I think due to this political power and political this
Infas.
yeah this I think this hinders India's growth.
No,
We
that's a
can't grow
different.
like China
That's no, but why would banning something not foster local companies, and why would they not develop
because
the
of this
same solutions?
politics, right? Because of this
Because
politics,
yeah, correct.
yeah, yeah, politics
People
and
will come to the road. They will protest. Actually, they will start immediately protesting also.
But
not
that's
even
also
This
no,
kind of
fair.
thing will.
not even the
But let's say
protest, but like in the grassroots level, also for the industrial and everything, there's politics. Wh- What I'm
Yeah,
no,
saying
but
is,
that's
yeah,
the
let's say
point also.
Arratai.
Yeah.
So that's suppose that's applicable when we don't have any alternative, and then it's hard to even come up with a solution if we ban something. Let's take WhatsApp and
But
Arratai. We have Arratai. Let's say we ban WhatsApp tomorrow. There is an app.
yeah.
It's not there
In that
yet.
case,
But
yeah,
why would that not grow and become a WhatsApp?
yeah. I think in that case, if we already have an alternative, then it will be, I think, good place to try and see whether if banning works or not. Then I agree.
I think
But if
even there will be even investment from even foreign investors and even local investment in similar kind of apps which will also compete Aratai, and there will be even there will be whole movement towards creating a local app if there are no alternatives. So I think it's
uh,
possible.
what about the Indian corruption?
That's there, but we have Aratai despite of all this corruption, right? So today we have corruption, but we still have Aratai.
Yeah.
We have Zoho,
Yeah.
right? We had Ola, we had all these companies as well
but still,
in this
if
environment.
like if you want to ban Instagram page, Facebook, do you think do you think from this I think from this scratch we can develop Instagram if we ban today?
It won't be of the same quality, uh, and we will need some time to do that. But I think it's doable. I think so. The
No,
only
but
thing
Nimish,
stopping us from doing that will be the lack of competence, lack of capability of developing such an app, right? But I think Indian engineers, there are engineers in India who can achieve that. Uh,
Yeah, let I'm not saying that we can't make an app which can. What I'm saying is
but that's the
the
only
ecosystem which
requirement, right?
we actually live, they will not allow us to grow that faster actually. Am I correct, Nikhil?
what, Sony?
Because
Sorry.
of
But
the
I think
ecosystem, because
for
of the complete
these
ecosystem.
for these apps, you don't need. It's not like manufacturing. It's not a. It's a different kind of problem. You just need the
Yeah,
competence to develop
true,
an
true, true.
online platform. You don't need anything else.
Platform,
You
yeah.
don't need licenses
Yes.
from different government parties and like the different government agencies, and then clearance for environmental reasons and this and that, right? So, um, I think there is less bureaucracy to be dealt with for online platforms. That's why we have so many online platforms like Zomato and this and that, and and not similar kind of manufacturing
Yeah,
industries and
but
so
Yes.
on.
but
That's
I think
true.
where we'll I think have a disadvantage is algorithms, right? Like TikTok broke Instagram, and Instagram tried to copy TikTok, but still it's not at the TikTok level. And if
So that's what
we
I'm saying.
let's
It won't be as of same quality. It won't be as good as Instagram. It won't show you all the relevant details maybe, and it may hang sometimes. It may break sometimes. It won't be at the same quality in the beginning.
hmm,
Eventually, we
hmm.
will reach there. So we can't have an exact replacement of Instagram, but something that is Instagram-like, which works, that should be doable. Um,
Yeah.
but I still don't think that's a good precedent to set.
But
Uh,
how we will achieve that actually? For doing that, actually, Indian government or the people like you and me, we need to install the Desi, like Indian apps, and we need to use them. Then
Yeah,
only
but people
that.
will use that if there is no alternative, right? If you ban Instagram, people will use that.
Yeah. So you are asking that Indian government should ban all this app, and
I'm not asking,
again
I'm
the
just, it's an imaginary thought experiment that if we ban these apps,
yes,
I think it's possible
maybe you are
to
correct.
come up with an
Yeah.
alternative. At
Maybe you are
least
correct
for,
in the terms of soft power, like the software things. Yeah, we can do. It can be doable, but in the manufacturing industry, it is difficult.
Yeah,
What I was telling, I
manufacturing
was
manufacturing
is
thinking
has
in the
a different,
manufacturing way.
yeah, they have different sets
Yeah,
of problems. So I'm not sure about manufacturing, but for these digital
because
platforms kind of a thing, it should be possible. Um, yeah, at least for these
and again, I
sort
think
of
you are correct also.
solved technology. I don't think Instagram runs on a novel technology. It's not AI, like it's not open AI kind of thing. It's a
the
well
moat
understood
of
technology.
say the yeah, it's the technologies is well understood, but the moat is algorithm, right?
But even
Which
that
I
algorithm,
think
the recommendation algorithm, I think that is also sort of understood.
But
Uh,
yeah,
Nikhil,
sort of yeah.
that's why it was very easy to copy,
actually
right?
correct.
Once TikTok came around, right? Everybody could copy. Like X had the same kind of it showed such an engaging kind of this whatever that thing, like every other platform copied the same kind of TikTok approach,
Yeah,
that they just keep on showing reels and engaging content, and everybody could do
yeah,
that.
and I think TikTok also released their I think some abstract for how they use the algorithm, right? They will show the reel, they'll show the TikTok to one person. They'll show it to the minimum one per person, and if they like that reel, they'll and that expands to other person. So that I think the main takeaway is that, and Instagram maybe had added something else also, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, I think now, if if we
So
ban the if we ban the foreign countries application in India, and a few of the Desi application get flourished in India, then we have a huge population. We have a huge user also. So the other people, the main the what we say, the main developer of the application, like basically maybe they are in the US or England, they will come to India, and even they will invest in Indian application also, and they will work for Indian application. They will get the benefit of it. Actually, I think so.
yeah. I got
Yeah.
your point that
Yeah.
the funding can be received from this agency, right? But
And
if
even technology
let's
can also
yeah,
pass.
if
Yeah.
funding let's say if funding can be sought from these countries like US and Russia,
Not just
will
funding. I
this
think like
will this not
ex-employees of
affect?
Meta, Indian employees, ex-employees of Meta can also join these companies and bring all the
Yeah,
know-how as well.
yeah,
Yes,
but
yes, of course.
what I'm saying is, let's explicitly say the funding, right? If funding is coming from outside the country, uh, isn't that an
Yeah.
issue,
That
right?
No,
undermines the
that's
whole
also
point, right?
that is
Then it's an as a foreign-owned app after all.
Yeah,
If
for
your
fund
if
on that, right?
80
Yeah,
80% of your investors are
exactly.
sitting in the US, then
Yeah,
you're not Indian anymore.
you know,
so
Indian
Indian
money.
Indian government should also ban like only 20% of the maximum firms should be come out from the outside. It can be done. Yeah, it can be
Can
done.
be done, but I all these feel like they're moving towards pre-1991 era, right? Banning foreign competition, banning foreign
Exactly,
investment. So this all
Before
seem
globalization.
regressive to me. Uh, Even if we
exactly.
can
I
eventually
also,
create a platform, it's all regressive. Like it's
I,
sets the wrong precedent to follow.
I do think so that we don't need to ban anything. We don't need to even ban any features. We have to put some pressure, some level playing field mechanism. So I think that is data localization. Data localization is I think, very uh, important step in that direction. I think so.
No, but
It's
for
somewhat
the
easy
level
to do,
playing
right?
field, why are we trying to limit the capabilities of existing players instead of just supporting these new players and maybe giving them subsidies or whatever, like what the government is trying, making this Zoho office the default or the only legal
That
thing from
that the
government.
government, yeah,
So
that
Nimesh, so Nimesh, it's a kind of ban only, na? They are using
No, okay,
Zoho as a default in
for the
application.
government, but I think for the government work, it's okay to ban foreign companies. I think that's a fair thing to do. But okay, not banning the foreign companies in general, but maybe give some incentives to these local players, no? Why can't we
So
do
they can develop the
that to
application, but
level the playing
if
field?
people are, of course, but if the people are not willing to install those applications, then what will happen? Eventually, it will go down also, and it will get bankrupted. So
exactly
the agenda is
But
there
I still
like the
believe,
coup app, right? Like the coup app.
yeah, but I still believe that
to
if the
to
product is not good enough, if they can't create a similar product at least, then they're not worth supporting. They have to
Yeah,
be able to
exactly.
create,
Yeah,
they have to be able to create good products and
but
compelling enough features for people to switch.
I think there's an Peter Thiel quote, right? You can make a brilliant product, but if you don't have distribution and marketing, it will fail. So I think
But
this
distribution and
distribution
marketing,
market. You are saying about
no,
product, right? The product which you
no,
use should be world class.
that also falls into competency and that also falls into that their company's capabilities. If they can't
Yeah,
distribute,
yeah,
if they can't market, then they're
but
also
yeah,
not worth
but the product
supporting.
is good, right? Like the product is world class. Let's say I have built an world class WhatsApp product with all the features and additional features. So, but if I don't market, if I don't have the distribution network, then will it work? It will not work, right?
But
no,
distribution
but it's
network
a
is,
part of it. It's not
but
about developing a product only, but it's about the marketing and all put together. It's a company.
yeah,
What I'm saying is, Nimish earlier said that if the product is not up to mark, we should not use it. What I'm saying is, we should we should look at the whole picture. Like you're saying, look at the whole picture. The Meta, the incumbent has a distribution, enormous distribution, and enormous marketing. So what we want is a level playing field. That's what I'm saying.
no, but if Zoho has a good product, it's better than WhatsApp, and it's made in India. There is already
I
a head start for Zoho because it's made in India. So people will want to switch to it. If it's good enough, people will want to switch to it. That itself is a level playing field, according to me.
I don't think so.
I think
How is
people
that a
will
level
switch
playing field, bro?
organically. Like you installing Arratai without even knowing what the features are, right? You did that. So that's creating a level
But he
playing
want
field. So all
to
these
Yeah,
patriotic,
but I'm still using WhatsApp, right? I'm still using WhatsApp.
he
because
All my groups
but
are
Nimis Nimiz, what I think so, na, he has downloaded, installed the Arratai. Why? To just make a video because he want to know, actually want to experience the feature also there, so that he can get a good content to speak in this video.
No, no, no.
I think so.
I
It's
want
not that.
I want all of them to use Arratai. I want everyone to use Arratai. That's what I've downloaded Arratai. Let's start this cycle. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is let's start the cycle.
So yeah, the existing network effect, so that is not
Exactly.
easy
Yes.
to replicate. Yeah, uh,
Yeah, I think
but
it's
every
a
but
stalemate.
every industry has that. No, it is okay. There's a stronger network effect component in this uh, social media
Very
industry.
strong.
But all these incumbent players typically have uh, an upper hand in technology and know-how and how to make their products. It's always difficult for incumbent players to create even the similar kind of product. So if we start banning all the foreign industries for the sake of encouraging local industries, where is the boundary then? Where do we
Exactly.
stop?
Yeah, yeah. That's also true. But what I'm against banning. Let me clear that I'm against the banning. What I'm saying is level playing field by any mechanism. Like what I'm reiterating the data localization is it serves two purpose. One is like making the level playing field for Indian players, and other is data sovereignty. Like data is a new oil, right? If all the internet data is, I think, scraped, has been scraped, right? So whatever but this data will not be, I think, used for scraping and AI, AI. I think, but still, it
But
will
what I
be
think
an it
is
will be.
it's not a big deterrent. WhatsApp will just open data centers in India. It's not a big deal. I don't think WhatsApp will stop operating in India just because of localization laws. Like it's
I'm not saying operate. Yeah, but it will give some level playing field, right?
Meta
Some
has infinite money. Meta is not making any money from WhatsApp anyway. It can throw more billions at WhatsApp and open all the data centers it wants in India. Anyway, the data is encrypted, end-to-end encrypted. So it's
yeah,
not really using that data to do much, right? So it
but
doesn't
it's still
mind
but still
whether the data
there's
reaches the US server or an Indian server.
maybe yeah
It is, yeah,
it's
it is
doubly
using all
encrypted,
the
so it's yeah. But
the data itself is of no worth.
but they can still decrypt, right?
They can't decrypt, but they can still do some marketing based on it. It's a very
Yeah,
weird kind of
some
technology.
anonymous. Yeah, yeah.
You can do things on encrypted data and still show a relevant ad to me. Even Meta won't know
Hmm.
what the ad is. Only I can see what the ad is, and that ad will be relevant to my content. So there are
Hmm.
technologies which keep the ad and the data both encrypted from WhatsApp point of view. They can't decrypt it. I can decrypt it. I can see the ad, I can see the data and so on. But WhatsApp is not showing ads right now. But anyway, so you can do things with encrypted data as well for the purpose of marketing and all of that. But I think that the data localization thing is not big enough of a trade barrier for WhatsApp.
Yeah, and if that's not big enough, the government can also do like what it did with Zoho of Office Suite. Like it can encourage government officials to chat only in Arratai app. Like
Yeah, that
for
they
the
can do
government
today. I think
schools.
that
Yeah,
nobody will
yeah.
oppose that. Yeah.
For the government schools, they can make Arratai app, Arratai group.
Yeah, yeah, do that.
That will, I think, increase the network effects. If the parents are using Arratai, then the relative will also start using Arratai. Then it will create a cycle, right? I think that
Yeah,
can
I
be done.
completely support that kind of an thing where they can impose whatever restrictions they want on the government machinery, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, they can make it compulsory for the army and all the government agencies and everything. Army itself is such a big, like there are millions of people in army, right? And if you make it compulsory for army, that's already a million users for you, and you can go from there.
Yeah, army and all the government officials.
all the railway employees, a
railways
million users,
employee, all
million
the
employees in
central
railways,
state
right?
government.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
already that will bring in 10
Banking,
million
banking sector.
banking sector. So that's already 10 million users, and that's, I think, good
Yeah,
enough critical mass to create a network effect after that.
exactly.
Uh, so yeah, government should do those kind of things which are not um, interfering in the free market uh, principles and still encouraging local players in some form.
But the whole crack in your theory is how did China succeed there?
No, I think we will succeed. I agree with you that if we ban
No,
WhatsApp, we will succeed. I don't dispute that.
why can't we follow that path?
I think it's a regressive path. I think it's not the right approach in the long term. Banning everything and then
Why?
yeah, just
China is a
China is
technological
actually already
superpower.
doing.
China is a technological superpower. It's more developed than the US
but
and other Western
that was
countries.
not I don't think that was thanks to bans. I think they reached a stage where they could compete with the West anyway. I think China competed in
Yeah,
manufacturing without banning anything, right? They just competed on the product. So they just created better maps, right? Nobody wants to use Google Maps. Even
Actually,
if Google Maps is legal in China, nobody would want to use it. They just created better products. I want
yeah,
Arratai to be that.
but they reached that stage after
Mm,
they banned the app, right?
maybe that
but
accelerated
actually,
the.
Nimis, in manufacturing also, they have banned certain things.
They have
They are not
banned
banning,
they
but
have
they are
tariff they have
pseudo
tariff
warning actually.
yeah
I think
Yeah.
tariff
that maybe
What
that
technological barriers.
if you
accelerates. Yeah, that accelerates
if you want to
the local industry a bit. Maybe you will reach there in 2 years instead of 3 or 4 years. But I still think in the long run, this
current
is the wrong approach to take.
currently
Uh,
cu- uh, let me discuss few things actually. Currently, what is happening? Just I'm sharing my thing. Suppose as an Indian or as in some foreign peoples, if you're purchasing the machinery from the China, previously we were purchasing from the European countries. So what they used to do, they install the Siemens PLC and all servers and data from the PLC manufacturing of Siemens brand only. But currently in China, they have invented their own PLC with their own encryption, own details, and we are purchasing from them. So they are not allowing us to use Siemens PLC in their machinery. So if we are purchasing the machinery from them, so what I think in coming 50 years, in whole Southeast Asia and somewhere in the developing countries, the maximum softwares and maximum hardware, simple hardware, will be of Chinese make only. Currently, the European has that type of upper hand. The European countries has a good grip. But in coming future, like more, I think so, 25 years or 30 years, more, not more than 30 years, the Chinese people will get the like 30% or 20% of the whole market. So this is one kind of banning only. They have banned. They are not using Siemens PLC in their machinery. Although we are paying, we had already agreed to them that use this series of PLC in your company in the machine, but they are not installing that PLC. They are saying we will install our own and you have to use it. We will provide the data, we'll provide this support, we will provide everything, but you have to use this only.
hmm.
So it's
maybe
one
maybe
kind of ban only.
banning works once you reach certain state of development, certain stage of development. Like banning things pre 1991 did not work because we were just not there yet. If we ban something,
Exactly,
we just
maybe,
didn't
yeah.
have the capability to make anything in India. So that just created uh, inefficient companies that could not match the foreign quality, but was just surviving because foreign things were banned. Um, but now we have reached a stage of development where in the local competition itself is good enough to create efficiency. You don't need really foreign competition to create efficiency, and you have the competency, you have the capability to reach and create foreign level products. maybe at that
exactly.
stage banning works, and
Exactly.
you can ban and still not decrease the innovation and efficiency in your country.
Do you think India is at that stage?
I think in the software world, yes. The software world, we have reached that stage.
Hmm. Yeah,
We
majority
have
of talent is, I think,
Are Indians.
we have
Indian
reached that
origin.
stage also thanks to all the US companies setting up shops in Bangalore and Hyderabad and Pune. So there are a lot of employees working for all these giants, and they have the competence that like they have seen the internals of these companies and they know how these companies work. So the talent has developed thanks to these US companies. Uh, but yeah, we have that know-how, I think now. I'm not sure about the manufacturing sector. I'm not an expert there. Maybe you guys will know more. So I'm not sure if we ban goods from outside India, if that will create manufacturing companies in India. I'm not sure. But software, I think we are there. Uh,
Exactly.
but it's a slippery slope.
So
I think.
that
Slippery slope. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
I do think that banning is not in our, I think, cultural or this thing, right?
It's not, but I think the world is moving to that direction. I think globalization is breaking
Yeah,
apart anyway, everywhere. So every
yeah.
country is realizing
Exactly.
that globalization is maybe not a net win for everyone. Some countries just
Hmm.
win too much, like China, and others in the long run just suffer. And they have to have some localization. Just globalization is not enough for long run success. So I don't know. We maybe we're moving to
So
that
that's why
direction.
so that's why I'm saying that India needs to have its own
Yeah, it's
social media, and I think we are at a better place in terms of that, right? Because we have our 1.4, 1.4, 1.5 billion people, which are the customers. Like our
yeah.
customer base is huge.
Yeah, that's why I think we are a huge country, so we don't need foreign competition as such or foreign market. Like we have the market, we can create our own competition, and we are a subcontinent, right? So the ecosystem should be self improving and self innovative by itself if there are enough um, players in that system. So if there are enough companies trying to capture the market, that will create competition within the system itself. So we don't need foreign competition as such. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Tomorrow there may be another alternative for Arratai, right? Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if we ban WhatsApp, that is bound to happen. Many companies will try
Don't
to
happen.
get into this
Exactly.
business and will compete with Arratai. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Okay, I think I have
guys.
to go for dinner now. So do you
Exactly,
want to wrap?
exactly.
Do you want
So
to wrap up now,
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's wrap up this topic.
do you want to summarize, Nikhil?
Uh, do, do, uh, so the summary is, what I think is, the Arratai, the launching of Arratai is a welcome step for the Indian ecosystem, and it's a welcome step. But we all think that banning might not help. But I think some way if we can increase that network effects by any means, the government must do that. And banning may not help, but still,
May help.
let's see. Some level playing field may be required. So, guys, let's
All
wrap
right,
this podcast.
let's wrap
Bye
and
bye.
see you next week. Bye
See you
bye.
next week.